This week on Discover Oklahoma, celebrate a new federal holiday in Greenwood. Give your friends selfie envy. Meet an OKC chef on the culinary edge. Taste Wanda Jay's wicked soul food. Find your dream sneakers and eat seafood right off the hook. Come with us to Discover Oklahoma.
Hello from Tulsa, I'm Dean O'Lally, coming to you from the Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center. Lauren Nelson will be back next week. America is about to make history with the first celebration of Juneteenth as a federal holiday. Here to talk about that and specifically Tulsa's plans for this big event is Director Phil Armstrong. First of all, Mr. Armstrong, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Everything kicks off on the 16th, on Thursday, so can you list some of the events that will be taking place?
So it's just a week-long opportunity for people to come out and enjoy music, art, culture, the vibrancy of the celebration of African Americans. And so from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the actual June 19th, Juneteenth Day, people from all over, literally now, all over the country. As of last year, I believe Tulsa was determined and had the official status of the largest attended Juneteenth festival in the United States. And so when people come here and spend that time, literally vendors, artists, musicians from around the country say, I'm coming to Tulsa, I'm coming to Greenwood, and spend that week here.
So it'll be a busy time for sure.
Extremely busy.
Now, Juneteenth has historical and cultural significance in America. Can you briefly talk about how important it is to bring the black-run companies back to this district?
So as far as the history of Greenwood and more so the history of Oklahoma, this place that people refer to as the original Black Wall Street. There were Black Wall Streets and black businesses all over the country in small pockets, but none had the wealth that was here. But Black Wall Street, Greenwood, 33 to 35 city blocks, a mile north and a half a mile wide from the railroad tracks, 10 to 12,000 African Americans. And so as the city of Tulsa was growing, Greenwood was growing. And so where we are now is, let us see how we can get a little bit of that back and see that resurgence of these black businesses come back.
Let's check in with one of those Greenwood entrepreneurs at a shop catering to an exploding subculture, Sneakerheads. Aaron Christie and videographer Chris Cook take us to silhouette sneakers and art.
I want something like these. Since opening in 2019, Silhouette Sneakers and Art has become Tulsa's go-to place for self-proclaimed sneakerheads. In the heart of Greenwood in downtown Tulsa, the shop focuses on limited edition, rare, high-end shoes.
We're, Jordan Retros, we're Adidas Yeezy, we're the Nike Dunks that sold out at Foot Locker or that sold out online. It's kind of a wide shoe though.
Owner Vanita Cooper recognized a need to bring to Tulsa this booming sneaker culture, now a $79 billion global business. So she left her career in education after a suggestion from a friend to open a store.
What a crazy idea. No way. And then I like crazy ideas actually. And so, a couple of weeks into it, I was like, you know what? Maybe I will explore this.
Sneakerheads see more than shoes on these walls, more than works of art, but a representation of status and self-expression, and most importantly, especially for a store in Greenwood, unity.
In a city, especially like Tulsa, where there's a lot of racial division, sneakers is one of those things that I think brings people together regardless of race, sex, age, so I think it's pretty powerful.
Self-expression doesn't come cheap for these rare finds.
These were Sneaker of the Year. Last year, these are the Jordan 3 Retro Ama Manières.
Most shoes in here run about $300, some even more.
These are very unique. You don't see these often. They never dropped in Oklahoma. It's a very hard pair to find. They're probably around $600 or so. I was thinking, I don't think.
It doesn't take long to pick up on Vanita's vast shoe knowledge. Can you detail any shoe in this store the way you did? I'm gonna quiz you. All right.
You're gonna quiz
Tell me about this shoe.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a shoe she didn't know all about.
The 350s are really popular because they're incredibly comfortable, but then they're also they have been a status symbol for a while.
She also let this sneakerhead in training try some on.
The UNC blue, I mean, it's an iconic color because Michael Jordan went to UNC.
You can also find vintage apparel and a few pieces from local artists. Ultimately, Vanita wants to see Tulsa as the biggest sneaker market in the Midwest. It's the legacy she plans to leave behind.
I want to put Tulsa on the map for that, and so I think it would be incredible to have, 5, 6 sneaker stores that are doing something like what we're doing come after us. Because I think that will be a mark of just the growth of the community and of the culture. The 10 start here.
To help Tulsa get there, she says she plans to walk the talk, and doing so in really cool shoes. At Silhouette Sneakers and Art in downtown Tulsa, I'm Erin Christie for Discover Oklahoma.
You'll find Silhouette Sneakers and Art at Greenwood and Archer here in Tulsa, and you can find them online at travelok.com/silhouette sneakers. So, Mr. Armstrong, I have to ask you, are you a sneakerhead?
I actually am. I'm learning how to accentuate my outfit, whether it's a suit or whether it's t-shirts and jeans with sneakers. It is one of the main staples of the new, I guess, those that are passing the torch to the new up-and-coming Black Wall Street business owners. Silhouette Sneaker and Art, you gotta go right there to get your sneakers.
Now let's head right across the street to a Tulsa classic. Jason Grubbs and Brian Boone take us to Wanda Jay's Next Generation Restaurant.
Wanda Jay's Next Generation Restaurant in Tulsa's Greenwood district is known for its southern, down-home cooking.
We try to keep it simple and take everyday things and make it good.
Ty Walker's mother started Wanda Jay's in 1974. Today it's ran by the next generation, Wanda's 6 granddaughters, 2 grandsons, along with Ty and his wife. There have been a few moves in the past 4 decades, including to Greenwood back in the 90s. A few years ago, Ty had the chance to move Wanda Jay's back to downtown.
They are a weekly thing. I've been coming here since they opened up here on Greenwood.
The location changed, but not the menu or the quality. Ty says those tasty homemade Southern-style dishes are part of what keep customers coming back for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Everything we basically do is cook the order. We don't put chicken in the grease till you order. Even our breakfast, everything, we don't put nothing on the grill until you order.
Get the pork chops or catfish, fried or grilled. There's chicken fried steak and chicken, along with a few weekly specials. It's all good.
Yes, it's all good. I've had smothered chicken, I've had catfish, grilled chicken, meatloaf.
Wanda Jay's is also said to have the best fried chicken in town. The customers we talked with today agree.
Yes, it's definitely the best. They perfectly season it, it's perfectly cooked. Whatever recipe that their grandma gave them, it's just amazing.
I believe it. I heard it and I believe it.
James Chappelle drove in from Norman after hearing about Wanda Jay's from a buddy.
Yes, I had the yam and the corn and the fried chicken and cornbread.
All the entrees are served with delicious homemade sides like candied yams, fried okra, or collard greens, along with handmade cornbread or a giant butter roll. James says the meals are a good-sized portion. He needed a to-go box before his trip back home.
It's good, man. It's too much. Too much for lunch, but it's good.
And for dessert, the peach cobbler is homemade, of course, from an old family recipe.
It is to die for, and they literally make it by hand in the mornings.
That's something my mother, always did. That's the first dessert she ever made me do, blindfolded, basically. Put the stuff on the table, you do it.
Aside from the great food, one thing Ty's mother taught him, which he says has kept Wanda Jay's in business all these years, is friendship.
My mother always taught me if you make a friend today, you have a customer for life. And so that's kind of been our motto. Always make a friend first. And so that's what's keeping us around it. And always trying to do people the right way.
In Tulsa's Greenwood district, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Wanda Jay's is also on Greenwood Avenue, and you can find a link to their website at travelok.com/Wanda Jay. I have a feeling you're a big fan of Wanda Jay's.
Wanda Jay's, I tell you what, there was a point where I had to stop going there every day. The soul food that they create, if you remember your grandmother's, southern fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy and buttered corn and homemade buttered rolls. I mean, it is an amazing place if you really want that capture of soul food. And remember, it's homemade. So when you order it, they don't make it until you order it. So it's about a 25, 30-minute wait, but it is a piece of heaven when you bite into their food.
And well worth the wait.
Yes.
Coming up, we're headed to a seafood place that has expanded to a couple of locations since we first visited. And we'll meet the James Beard award-winning chef behind two fine eateries in Oklahoma City's Deep Deuce and hear about the over-the-top sweetery in Oklahoma City's new Frist National Center. He's about to open it as well. We'll be right back.
While you're busy searching for ways to step out, this great state of ours is worth checking out. Oklahoma's right here. Make time. Take a look. For play and adventure, we wrote the book. If you're looking to travel, take a look at our state. We've got fun and great food. Come fill your plate. Go fast or take it slow. Stay a week or just a day. Travel at your own pace. Travel okay your way.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We are coming to you from Tulsa's Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center. Director Phil Armstrong is joining us to look forward to next weekend's first celebration of Juneteenth as a federally recognized holiday. To get that federal level, just how significant is that?
So, for years, African American communities have always celebrated this second day of freedom. And so, yes, we all celebrate July 4th and the patriotism there, because that is the breakaway from the 1776, breakaway from the tyrannical rule of Great Britain. But for Black citizens, when they say, hey, June the 19th, 1865, the last holdout of slaves were finally freed in Galveston, Texas. And by the way, they had been freed 2 years earlier. They just weren't told that. So that's the time that Black citizens said, we will celebrate this day. And when I tell some of my friends, I say, I'll come to your house and eat a hot dog and grill out on July 4th. You come to my house and we'll have a barbecue sandwich on June 19th, so Juneteenth. So we celebrate all forms of freedom in this country together.
Very good. Now, you mentioned earlier that you were a sneakerhead. You're in the process of sort of learning. Are you a selfie guy?
Well, as far as learning, I have to have my teenage sons tell me, the appropriate position of the phone when you take a selfie. So yes, learning how to take selfies is very key these days.
And if you love selfies and are always looking for that special backdrop, reporter Jason Grubbs and videographer Chris Cook tell us that the Tulsa Selfie Studio is picture perfect.
The Tulsa Selfie Studio is exactly that, a selfie studio in Tulsa.
Yes, it's really cool. It's better than what I expected, honestly. Yeah, I was not expecting this. It's so creative. I love the space. I love it.
You'll find 11 different booths, complete with props. Along the walls, another 6 backdrops.
There's so many different themes in here that you can definitely get a lot of different pictures.
Finding your favorite is half the fun.
My favorite, I think, is the newspaper one or the duck one. And it's so cute. It's like yellow, so fun, love it.
This is so much fun to take pictures all day. Fun.
Fun is exactly what Erin Royster was going for when she created the Tulsa Selfie Studio.
Just want to bring a little fun to Tulsa and to do something that doesn't always involve food or drink, just something that's lighthearted and engaging.
It's a welcoming place for individuals, couples, friends, and families.
It's perfect for anyone, and that's what I want the experience to be, something that was perfect for all ages.
I just like how it fits with anyone's personality. Anyone can come in and get good pictures.
Not only do they have all these fantastic backgrounds you can use, there's lots of light so you can get your look just right.
Yes, that was awesome, actually. You don't have to worry about lighting, that's for sure.
And to keep the photos fresh, Erin changes out the themes every few months.
Some might change sooner as I get more ideas, but I want to give people a chance to be able to come in, take some cool photos in front of those, and then change them out so that people want to come back.
If you're interested in a selfie experience, you can book your spot online or over the phone.
And so you have 1 hour to come in, to take pictures in front of all 11 booths, all 6 backgrounds, and just have fun, listen to some good music, and take pictures.
At the Tulsa Selfie Studio, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
The Tulsa Selfie Studio has very limited hours, generally weekends only, so be sure and check that out before you go. You can find their website at travelok.com/Tulsa Selfies. Bill Armstrong, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for being
to help
here.
us celebrate America's first official nationwide Juneteenth holiday.
Thank you.
Next up, a seafood place called Off the Hook that's so good its customers think it deserves a new name.
It's called Off the Hook, but it should be Off the Chain.
And if you have a sweet tooth, you may want to add the gilded acorn to your visit list. We'll be right back with more Discover Oklahoma.
What's inside our free Oklahoma travel guide? Artistry for all 5 senses, magic around every bend, and powerful waves of inspiration. Order or download yours at travelok.com.
Welcome back. We are in Tulsa's Greenwood district this week, a neighborhood with a deeply important past and an exciting future. You can say the same about Oklahoma City's Deep Deuce, which has produced a score of African American legends in both music and literature. Now Deep Deuce is the chosen culinary home of an internationally recognized chef. Let's pay a visit to the restaurants of Chef Andrew Black, Gray Sweater, and Black Walnut in Oklahoma City.
Black Walnut at Northeast 4th and Walnut Avenue in Oklahoma City is named for its location and its creator, Chef Andrew Black, a recent recipient of the coveted James Beard Award. It's fun and casual with a menu built on the idea food and mood go together.
Every day you wake up, you ask yourself, what are you in the mood for? We do it without noticing it, but that's what we're doing every day. So we knew we wanted to build a menu that's based on your mood. Are you in for fresh and light? Are you in for something that is roast or salty and caramelized?
Whatever you're in the mood for, expect a side order of surprise. One customer even claimed to Chef Black that the English beef ribs had toyed with her emotions.
It comes out and it has hush puppy and it tastes real good, I'm in heaven. But then you put a celery and kale salad with it and I'm like, I'm not eating that. So she said, I tasted a little and all of a sudden I fell in love with this whole dish.
Funny, that was exactly our response when we tried it.
So again, that's just a definition of expect the unexpected. It's food you know, but it's our interpretation on that. That's what Black Walnut is.
Snuggled up next door to Black Walnut is Gray Sweater. Gray because it's a color that doesn't choose sides, and sweater for the warmth of the service. It's a mecca for committed foodies turned on by one-of-a-kind culinary experiences. Chef Black and his staff of kitchen magicians turned food into art forms that intrigue and then astound the senses. OU softball great Lauren Chamberlain is making her first trip here with companion Thomas Gibson. Even the cocktails, they say, come with a Gray Sweater twist. Nothing is exactly as you expect, like the offering General Manager Taven Cunningham introduces as oysters on snow.
And this oyster is going to be sitting atop of a cucumber juice alongside a strawberry snow that we use liquid nitrogen to crush down to that snow-like consistency, a mango popping pearl, as well as a pickled shallot. Hope you go ahead and take it, enjoy it in one swoosh, okay?
Yeah, that's seriously really good.
Or the ice cream cone, literally filled with surprises. What you see is never what you get at Gray Sweater, and that is the magic. Chef Black and his band of culinary alchemists transform even the humble turnip into a taste-altering experience. The sauce was such a hit with this record slugger, she wanted to take some to go. But she and TJ agree it's the mystery that keeps you in the moment.
It's like you go into it with like a mindset like, okay, it's gonna taste this type of way, it's gonna have this texture, like this is what it's gonna be like, and then you're completely thrown off. So you're like not only eating something, you're like totally on this experience when you're eating here.
But most people eat with their eyes. It's like when you're looking at it, you know, like, okay, you kind of assume it's gonna taste like this, but what I saw and then what I tasted was just two completely different things. So it's like she said, it's a really big surprise and it's extremely good.
The magic that turned Chef Black into an Okie, he says, is easy to explain.
It's very simple, it's the people. You're never gonna find better people in the world than what's in Oklahoma.
The significance of this location in OKC's Deep Deuce with its notable place in African American history is not lost on him.
There was a lot of great people here before me. So, is how do I not screw it up? How do I serve the community well? And how do I do just the right thing?
Most of his fellow Okies would say Chef Black is doing exactly that. In Oklahoma City's Deep Deuce, I'm Jennifer Reynolds for Discover Oklahoma.
Black Walnut and Gray Sweater are both on Walnut Avenue in Oklahoma City. Both have limited hours, so reservations are a good idea. You can find their websites at travelok.com/blackwalnut and travelok.com/graysweater. And coming soon from Chef Andrew Black, the Gilded Acorn in downtown Oklahoma City's Frist National Center, offering champagne and truffles, tea and desserts. We'll keep you posted on the opening. The Gilded Acorn will open late summer in the Frist National Center, and we'll keep you posted on that. When we come back, we're off to Off the Hook Seafood. We'll be right back.
There are some things you just can't contain. Oklahoma Today magazine is bursting with culture. Mind-blowing restaurants, trips, adventures, and so much more. Open your copy, then hit the open road. Unleash your curiosity. Set your spirit free. Subscribe today for only $14.95. Oklahoma Today magazine. Break through the ordinary.
Welcome back to the Greenwood District in Tulsa. Now we have one more stop for you this week. It's a restaurant that we are very happy to tell you has expanded to a second location since our first visit. Reporter-videographer Darren Brown takes us to Off the Hook Seafood, now in North Oklahoma City and Del City.
How much fish is on that ticket? How many do you need? I got tilapia down and fish working. 25 fried shrimp.
It's crazy in here, huh?
Oh yeah, man, it can get crazy fast.
It can get crazy in the kitchen, especially when you're trying to cook and you have a guy with a camera in your face. But Corey Harris takes it in stride, even when describing his restaurant's most famous dish, the smothered seafood fries.
What it is, it's a lobster cream sauce, and inside of that lobster cream sauce we have shrimp, crawfish, baby clams, and lump crab. And we put that on top of French fries, top that with...
Okay, you had me a crab, bro. Off the Hook Seafood and More began as a food truck just a few short years ago. But the truck's customers made it clear early on that they wanted a building to go to and enjoy their good food without having to chase the truck around. Corey and his wife Lanisha set up shop here in North Oklahoma City, and business has not stopped booming.
Because it's all about the product, the food, and the service. And if you're missing one of those, it's easy to fail.
Mark Hill says they hit all three. He and his wife make a 2-hour drive just to visit.
But every time I come down here, man, the food is delicious. It's called Off the Hook, but it should be off the chain. The food is just to die for.
I got the same response from John Cullen. He was looking for a new place to sample, had a seafood craving, and found the restaurant online.
I came in and it was every bit as good as it advertised.
As advertised.
It's truly one of my favorite places in the city to eat.
Something you'll find here you probably won't find anywhere else are these dill pickles that have taken a week-long bath in Kool-Aid. Of course, I had to try a couple. I'm gonna try this peach mango, and I swear this is my first try of one. It's got some sour and some sweet. And you know what? Which one is this again? Cherry limeade. Let's give cherry limeade a try. Oh, this is the one right here. Chef Corey Harris says he's just enjoying the ride.
It's all worth it. I really don't get tired. If I was doing it for another company, I probably would, but doing it for myself, man, it's more fun than anything.
In Oklahoma City, discovering Oklahoma, I'm Darren Brown.
Again, there are now 2 locations where you can visit Off the Hook Seafood, one on North Britton Road in Oklahoma City and one on Main Street in Del City. You can find more about both restaurants on travelok.com/offthehook. And while you are on travelok.com, click on free brochures to get your copy of the Discover Oklahoma Destination Dining Guide. You'll get it in the mail in about 2 weeks, and again, it's free. A big thanks to Phil Armstrong and his amazing staff at the Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center for hosting our show this week. Now, if you'd like to see Jason Grubb's story on this incredible destination, go to the Discover Oklahoma page and search Greenwood Rising. So until next time, remember, there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.
To learn more about Oklahoma's African American history and culture, order a copy of the booklet, The Long Road to Liberty. Go to travelok.com and click on free brochures.